Stream is good, you're live, you're live.
Faint glow hints at the sun's arrival. Good morning and welcome to Wild Air Safari this morning here at Juma Game Reserve. My name is Mark with Tara on camera, and we're going to head out and find you some animals here in the middle of the African bushveld. Beautiful morning, crystal clear skies. Hope that sky's going to turn a little better shade of blue today. It's nice and blue already. Around about new moon, I would say, at the moment. I'm not seeing any sliver setting. Well, not setting, should be rising. Whatever, it is new moon. Welcome. We're facing Juma Waterhole Cam and Gari Dam. We're going to go down there. There was some lion calling this morning. It'd be interesting to know if any of you saw anything at the camera last night, or if you heard anything. I heard some lion. Only once I woke up. I did sleep fairly well. But then we got the sun coming soon. Maybe we'll just wait for it to pop its head over the horizon, and then we'll carry on. I think I see a buffalo. Gone. We're on about the highest point we can get to. Right, there it comes. Like a knife through butter slicing the dawn. Quite incredible. Morning, Abe. I'm good, and you? Okay, copy. Yeah, I'm going to try and head east. Sounded like some Ngala coloring from the east. Yeah, sounded like more or less central, around about maybe Drakensberg, Cheetah Cut Line way. Hopefully this side of Cheetah Cut Line. Okay, thanks, Uncle. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Our very own golden orb. Takes 8 minutes for the light to reach Earth. And then when you think about some of the other stars that are light years away, I mean, a light year is the distance light travels in a year. So if you think how far our sun is and it only takes 8 minutes, you must think about 1 light year is 300 and something, what's it, 330 odd thousand kilometers. And some of our closest stars are still thousands and thousands of light years away. That's quite a universe we live in. Okay, the day's underway. It's time to find an animal. Got beautiful light to look at it in. Go down to the dam and head up Central Road and see. We might be lucky with signal. We might have problems until we get up to a place like Drakensberg maybe. Don't know. We're going to have to test it and see. So, onward ho! Actually, you know what? We go down towards the dam, we can have sunrise all over again. Go down into lower ground. There's some Impala here already. Guinea fowl, got your necks tucked in this morning. Still haven't had an answer from any of the zoomies if they've seen a baby hippo. Oh, lots of hippo tracks here, but they're all adult. Hippos in the mist. Weird angle. No, the camera is not supposed. Geese are complaining because there's another pair of geese about to come in. Hello, camera. Hello, France. Do hippos poop in the water? Do they defecate? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But they also come out, well, they come out at night to feed, but they also defecate outside. They spread their dung when they come out of the water. Let me go back a little bit and I can show you there's a pathway where they come back to the water. Hippos have very distinctive pathways and to and from water. And there's a particular path here, you can see it quite nicely, where hippo has spread its dung. Left a little present. There we go. I don't know how well that'll come out, but there's a very distinctive path coming out of the drainage line. Not only the hippos use it, obviously a lot of animals do, but you can see that dark patch in the center of your screen. That's a little bush. It's actually a baby leadwood, I think. And the hippo, using its very short and stubby paddle-like tail, it splashes its dung with its tail. Of course, you've got to remember that its dung is merely processed grasses, so it's not as yuck as it sounds. And, well, what that does is it demarcates territory. It helps hippos establish their own scent on their hippo trails. And if we were to follow this on foot, which would not be a very good idea at this time of the day, I might add, but you'd find at regular intervals, you'd find trees sprayed with hippo dung. But the spraying in the water, when they're in the water, also there is it's an appeasement gesture in terms of socializing and interaction between individuals. You can't knock other people's customs, and well, it's a custom of a hippo to spray their dung in the face of a dominant hippo. Not in the face, but morning sunshine. Jigger's cold. Come, Jigger. Just leave it for a second. I'll leave it for 5 seconds now. I think it's flooding a bit. Water's dropping, water level. I'd say it's still the highest it's been at this time of the year for a number of years, but it seems to be going down pretty fast, and it will do so with the days warming up, evaporation increasing. Hello, heron. Grey heron. Oh, it's about to land on Stichosaurus. I saw a hippo there. Let's pull up. Frogs are better on that side of the pond. Jan, in California, like your sense of humor. Although on a family show, I don't know if I can venture that far. Jan was asking about the hippos mating, having seen them on camera. Wanting to know if, well, how long does it last? How long does it go on for? Not really even sure how long they mate for. And does he just fall asleep on top of her like human males do? I don't know which human male. Human males fall asleep, really? Jan, I'm not really sure. No, it's maybe that one time only. He might have had a really hard day at the office, having to deal with rhino, and maybe there was a herd of buffalo that freaked him out. Maybe he was defending his territory against another hippo, and you know, hippos have hard days too. Maybe it was a Monday for him. Let's see. Let's go up to Buffalo's Katlan. our plan is, there we go, boom, boom. Big male lion coming down from the little cut line. I wonder who that would be. I don't think these tracks would have been here yesterday. As I was saying, our plan can change at any moment, as it has done so. So where did he go? Big Daddy. Which button have been here? See any tracks here? Let me have a look around quickly. Kitty, kitty, kitty. I don't know if you can zoom in on this and they might still stay there. It's not a dung quiz. That comes out of the rhino midden. There's a patch on the rhino midden that's a couple of feet in diameter. That's frost. It actually looks like frost. Can't see where this lion went. We'll go up Central Road, do a loop around Bolter's Nest and Nyala Road South, that area, and have a look. But first we're going to see there's actually a patch of ice. First time ever I've ever seen this part of the world. Tiny little. Maybe it's snow. A thin column of snow came down. Get it from there. I saw this Oh, the stick. This is a rhino latrine, and actually some ice crystals that are it has the appearance of frost. That's unusual. Ngalankons are coming down Gary Cutler and heading south, crossing central. Okay. Looks like just one Madura, Abel. Yes, he must have maybe just crossed straight through. But we shall see. Hello Sandy, wanting to know about the Matimba lion. Also want to know about them, Sandy. I don't know anything about them other than they're a Super 6 lion from Manuleti. So unfortunately there's not much I can tell you because I know about as much as you. I haven't seen or heard them. There might be tracks of one of them looking at. Evidently split up the Talalas. What's been going on here? Having crossed the road. Elephant. primate tracks. Looks like they're lying now. Running. Running east and central. We don't need to do Vulture's Nest. East. Brent wants to know if you can tell lion apart from their roars. Brent, theoretically yes. Although it's not very easy. I mean, you could record them, you could do a graph of the sound, you could pick up some distinctive characteristics of each roar, how long they go on for, how many individuals are calling. You can often tell if it's easy enough to tell between male and female roaring, because males go on a lot longer than females, generally speaking. Sometimes they don't, but the subtleties of different lions roaring, sometimes different lion and lion, tell the difference a lot easier. Now we're probably going to lose you in this dip until we get up on the drop. Coming through the dip, elephant activity. Not a square inch of sand that isn't covered with elephant prints and places where they've been digging for water. Elephants have been very busy. Tracks on the road. And that lion was trotting up this road heading east, but I don't know, I didn't see anything. So it would have been before all these elephants were around. I didn't see anything on top of all the elephants. Elephants were around yesterday, so the lion track in some places I guess might have been sheltered. Looks a little bit fresher than it really is. We shall see. Get up to Cheetah Cut Line. When was it? Not yesterday, the day before. 2 mornings ago. And those Matimba males were around. So I guess it could well be their tracks from then. And a couple of tracks that I've seen just happen to be well preserved for some reason. I did hear a lion this morning. It did sound like it came from this direction. Baby elephant coming down, heading down towards Drakensberg. I want to go and have a look at see the cut line quickly, and we'll come back and meet them on Drakensberg. In the middle of this block, heading towards junction with Central Road. And here's some more. And if anything, we have Rhino gone that way. Maybe we can come back after the elephants and look for Rhino. Fresh rhino track. See the wrinkles under its feet. Somebody's already driven over these rhino tracks. So, time for elephants. So, right, time for some elephants in the morning sun. Somebody blow up in the block between Drakensberg and Cheetah Cut Line to south and central. Thick to go in here. Must be a little boy lagging behind. Let's hope that the front of the herd's already getting down onto Drakensberg Drive. Two youngsters. Bird. Oh. See it through that gap. Try and go back a bit. Stall the car. Gone. I wanted you to study it. Because it's a bird we don't get to see because of its habits of doing exactly what it just did. It flits through the lower branches of trees, and as soon as it stops and flicks its tail, it doesn't really stay still for very long. It's a bearded scrub robin. Very pretty little bird. Ah, here's the baby elephant. That's mud. I see some dust and sand being thrown up. That's young lady. Say hello to you and your children. Good morning. What was it?
That was you.
The bird. Oh, I was looking at that tree. It was a nice little tree. I liked that little tree. No, I heard something sounded like could have been baboon. It's on Weaver's Nest. I was asked a little while ago why elephants tend to sometimes put their weight on one of their front legs and sway the other leg. I mustn't be confused with what she's doing now. She's actually using her foot, or her hand rather, to help uproot the roots of this tree that she's pushed over. She's digging with the toe and the heel of that front foot, pulling backwards. Some of the lateral roots there she's picked up on now. This is a time of the year when the roots are eaten extensively. They are still. So there are a few trees that still have some green leaves for them, but at the moment bark and roots are the main diet. Laurie, morning, Laurie. Saying that elephants tend to, or it appears that they only see and hear what's in front of them. Aren't they concerned with what's behind them? Well, they do have fairly good hearing to the back. There's that collared female. I want to go and see her. I haven't seen her for a long time. Lovely long time, honey. Just at the back there. I haven't seen a collared cow for ages. I don't know if that is no. Funny, when I first started here, I had a really wonderful encounter with a female with a collar, and it could be her. I'd have to have a look at that footage again. Herman on camera. It was a night drive, or it was just getting dark. We need to make our way. Yeah, now we need to make our way around. They're all going to be coming out onto the road now. But that's her at the back there. Now that is a radio transmitter collar. None of them have got microchips or anything, but there are a few animals around that have radio transmitter collars to help keep track of them. Let's go and see her and the others that are coming out there now. Love now coming out onto Drakensberg Drive just south of Central Junction. Go ahead. Good, and you, Andrew? Yeah, there was some gala coming down Gary Cutline towards Central, and then there was some more on Central, but just crossing briefly near Hyena Road. But I'm not sure, maybe it was from those Matimba studios. Not that I know of. I was in Dove on Drakensberg. Hello Cindy, how many miles do we cover in a day? I haven't the faintest idea. Sometimes 2, sometimes 5, not more than 8. We're driving in first and second gear. Sometimes you can do a drive and you barely cover a mile. But the odometer doesn't work on this car. I don't really take notice of it, the other one. The idea would be to wait here. There's a wall of elephant in front of us. Not many of them visible, and I'm hoping that we're going to have, gosh, there are a lot. I'm looking right through the bush, 100 yards away, and I'm still seeing a lot more. Okay, it's time to get to the road. Can't hurry elephants up. But at some point, one of these family groups is going to come out onto the road. I would say we've got elephants spread out over at least a 200-meter wide area here. Yeah, so there's a lot of elephant here. They're everywhere. It's going to be a case of killing a candy shop syndrome. There's so many elephants, don't know where to stop and look. At least 2 other herds of elephants in the area that the guys are talking about. It's wonderful to have so many coming up to this part of the world. Straight in the road. Little boy, piece of grass sticking out of his mouth. Morning, everyone. She's got bird poop on her ear. It's like a big bird, like an owl or something. I can't believe the number of elephants that there are here. I mean, look at down the road, still more coming across. I would say a minimum of 50. I wonder if elephants look at it as a good luck charm. Being underneath a bird when maybe it was underneath a tree with an owl or something. That is discipline. The youngster was doing something wrong, and this female reprimanded it. Gave it a bit of a poke in the backside with a tusk. And the little one squealed, just like our children do when they get reprimanded. Discipline, very important in any social creature, in its upbringing and its learning. Okay, let's move again. Have to turn around now. Hello, Mama. Sounds like Karula and the cubs have been moving around. Hello people, want to know what kind of hat I'm wearing? It is an Akubra, A-K-U-B-R-A, Akubra. It is an Australian make of hat, and in my opinion the best hats in the world. Hey, relax Mum, just calm down you. Unbelievable amount of elephant. Now, where's that coloured mama? Now they are going to eventually get to that dip, and I don't know, we're not going to have signal. We might at the top of the dip. But if these elephants all get down there to that dip. Hello. Rumbling going on, talking. She's gone. There she is. Come across the road there. Look at this little baby suckling. Relax, Mama.
At our camp last night, they left at about 5 o'clock in the morning, moving up the airstrip in a westerly direction. We were about to find them.
Here she comes. And I'd love to know if it is the same Ellie. If any of you were with me when I first started here, and you remember that incident with that collared cow, here she is now. If it is the same girl, I'm going to take a photo of her. If she'll just stop for a second. And look at me. She had a calf and she's got, that calf is not, that must be her previous calf. There's this new little one behind her. Don't know, hard to tell. Older calf capitalizing on the fact that she's lactating, and I'm sure she's not going to let that little one suckle much. I mean, those tusks must get in the way. But that's got to be a 6-year-old, 7-year-old calf trying to get a bit of milk. I'll go forward a little. Getting back to that question about eyesight and hearing, I don't think I've addressed it very well. But forward eyesight and hearing, yes, is pretty good. But they do have a fair amount of hearing from behind them. They aren't too good at seeing directly behind them. They often use their tails to feel behind. And even their back legs, they'll lift up their back legs and feel for things. You know, with so many elephants in a group, you've always got them facing different directions. And it's not like they really have much danger or much of a threat to worry about. Hello, Debbie. Massachusetts. Have I ever seen an elephant knocking down a large tree? Yes, I have. I've seen some pretty amazing things with big bulls, you know, in different places. Two little ones there, the same size. Let's go on to Central Road. Hello, Debbie and Philly. How long do babies nurse?
Well, as you could see there, we were watching that collared female she's got a youngster that's probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And the older calf, which is at least 6, I would say, was suckling. So it's not like we could say that they suckle for a year and a half. Because when they have the next calf and they're lactating again, their previous calf will try and suckle like that. Stroppy little boy here at the back of the herd. Jerry wants to know how fast can an elephant run and for what length of time. Ooh. Jerry, how fast can an elephant run? Another. What? Oh. Now you're trying to be big. First you're trying to suckle from your mother, now you're trying to be a big elephant. Jerry, probably about 50, 55 kilometers an hour. I've had an elephant chasing me for quite some distance once upon a time. I had no choice but to drive away from her because she was really, really, really mad. Angry, I mean. And I had guests and they were petrified. It was in East Africa. Drove for at least 2.5 kilometers. But it's a hard thing to quantify. It's a hard thing to give a figure to. Oh, they're suddenly all on the move. Look at this. What's up, madam? Something happened. Something has gone wrong. And they're all running. Yeah, the entire herd is coming towards us. As long as they don't think I'm involved in anything. A lot of trumpeting. There's a lot of excitement. She's got a funny ear. There's the other one with the floppy ear. That little calf with the floppy ear. I didn't do anything. Maybe it's this bull. There's a young bull here that's being obstreperous. This one. I don't know if it's him that's causing a little bit of mayhem. But, sure. And they've stopped now. That was quite amazing. This wall of elephant running towards us. Sure. Not like in the movies. But that was almost a stampede. And even still, one or two that didn't come running on the left. Hello, Cindy. Wanting to know if elephants ever give birth to more than one calf at a time. It has been known, Cindy. I'm looking at two youngsters. There were two youngsters here that were the same size. And, well, I would need to be able to see everybody out in the open to see whether or not there are two mothers. Here's that one female with the funny ear, adult cow, but there's a calf that's with her family group whose left ear is completely floppy. But they're all gone into some really thick bush now. There's the little one there, you can see. Must be her daughter, something, maybe there's a gene for collapsed cartilage. Floppy ear, the elephant. I don't recall, I've seen her once a couple of days ago. I don't recall seeing her at all in the last couple of years. So maybe the collared cow that we have here is a different collared cow, and this is an entirely different big breeding herd that we haven't had before. Now they could be making a detour. Instead of heading west now, they're actually going a little bit more northwest. They might actually get to Buffelshoek Dam at some point. Well, that's I think about the end of the elephant for us, because they've all gone into this and it's almost impenetrable for this vehicle. So where should we go? I wonder if we'll be able to get to the Buffelshoek Dam and get a signal there. Yes, to be able to turn around, but it's not easy to do that. what we'll do is we'll take battery. Yeah. That's the thing about Karula, I'm not sure. I might have picked it up out there. Sandy patch or something. I think Diana wants to know if any animals in the wild are ever sterile. Yes, I guess you could say so, maybe Diane. You know, I've known lionesses that, despite mating numerous times, never produced cubs. Where's your Graham?
Come to the western side of quarantine, Mark.
Graham. Western side of quarantine, we missed it. We're watching the sun on the eastern side. Actually, coming up on the west. Evidently there's a kill there. It sounds like it could be Karula.
Yeah, she put the kill up a tree, not much left, but yeah, she put it up. Well, today I also want to come and join you there, but yeah, on
Well, since there's a kill, I don't think there's much need to rush there. Evidently not much left of the kill. Sounds like Karula. Could be cubs too. But we have a distance to cover to get there. Hopefully. There's space to see her when we do get there. So, the question was, are animals ever... Are we on, Craig? Question was, are animals ever sterile in the wild? And I guess you lost my answer there. We covered where we lost you lost us. The insight is something in there. Animals ever sterile in the wild? Yes, I've known lionesses to be sterile. I've known lioness to have mated multiple times and never produced cubs. But I have no doubt that it happens. Finding animals, that animals can have the same kind of problems that we do with reproductive organs, reproductive processes. It's not conceiving. Oh. hear from you, Diane, in New Zealand. That calf, I think, Diane, you're referring to that bigger calf, the larger calf that was suckling as opposed to the small one. Diane's asking, would that be her calf? Or would she allow another calf to suckle? She wouldn't allow another calf that age to suckle. And I also wonder how much she would even tolerate that larger calf. But it does happen that an elephant will take over a calf that is abandoned. I think as long as an elephant's got its mother, there's not going to be much chance of suckling. Unless you have two related elephants that have calves the same age and they play together and they stay together and maybe suckle together. But I don't really notice it much. Thanks, Penny. Penny just reminded me of that elephant Kruger that had two sets of twins. Her name's Mom Earl. I was thinking of that when I was Did I answer that question that was asked about single calves? Now, former lions up in So I guess it could have been one of them that came across and went back north to the tracks we saw earlier this morning. I mean, we had wind. I can't imagine that I'm falling for two-day-old track. Dawn wants to know if I've ever been president. No, I've never been president. Have I ever been president during an elephant birth? No, Dawn, I haven't had the good fortune of witnessing that. I think it's the thyroid end more than the one. This noise. I hear it now. that. There we go. I think it's gone now. Smell that leopard. Marilyn wants to know what kind of education Tara and I have. Well, I can't speak for Tara, Marilyn. Well, I can tell you that she's got an academic background, or rather academic qualifications that I don't have. I'm not an academic. I haven't got much education. No, that's really... I don't have, that's better English, I don't have much of an education. Hey squirrel. I have high school education. The university I go to doesn't give out certificates and qualifications because you don't ever graduate. This is my university. And as I say, but I think we have to ask Tara the question, so Tara can answer for herself. But for myself, there we go. That's the leopard track I was thinking of. We had smelt leopard down in the drainage line, but this isn't doing it. It's got to be the right size for him. Let's see. We can show you these tracks. Not really. Kind of. Anyone do Twin Dams Road, Cheddar-Pan area this morning? Okay, well, let's move on. We can come back and maybe look around, go down to Twin Dams. Although it looks like it might turn off and go down into Spaghetti Junction, Spaghetti Crossing. Driven over. That with the elephant there on that side. Probably walking here. Hyena. I headed this way along Weaver's next with an elephant. Behind an elephant. After an elephant. Not after as in chasing after as in time. After. A few more knob thorns coming into flower. Hello, Lorraine. Is it a nice day here? It is a beautiful day, Lorraine. Clear skies, sunshine, the chill. Reminds me of the song. Thriller. Is the background. Oh, nothing here. Lorraine, we're in for a nice warm day today. Expect the temperatures to spike up to the high 20s perhaps. Graham coming? How's it? Are you still in England?
So yeah, start with the corner going.
Church in Bright Side. How many vehicles left?
You want to get out?
Got a bushback. You win some, you lose some. So many times, well, every single morning. Pretty much most mornings we open up here on the open area and we start our drive. Most mornings we hope to find something on the open area. And it's on a bit of a rise, so you get two different slopes. You get the eastern slope and the western slope. And you're on the western side, you don't see what's on the east, and vice versa. So, just having a look at where she is, she wouldn't have been visible from the center of the open area. Place where we have seen her on kills before. In fact, we saw her make that kill right here, that parlor kill over here one day, and then she dragged it down into the drainage line. And I'm sure she's not far from where that was. I guess she's there near the place I call Bullfrog Pan. Southwestern corner. This is it. I don't know. Oops. We're now long past the southwestern corner. We're now going up to the northwestern corner. Because they're not tire tracks. Nobody's took. Guess I drove past. No, there are two vehicles there, but now Henry's coming behind us and he's going into the sighting before us. He also drove past. Graham, we've got three vehicles in now.
No one.
Lucille wants to know if there are ostriches in the area. Yes and no, Lucille. There are ostriches, but they're not in our particular area. We have seen ostrich on a couple of occasions. However, this is not their habitat. This is not the ideal habitat for ostrich. And they need vast open grassland areas. We don't have that. We've got this little open area and there are a couple of other smaller open areas. What you doing, Henry?
Mobile to the north, south,
I couldn't find them. There wasn't a single tire track coming off here, so I can't imagine it was here. Graham, come in. Yeah, can you confirm northwest or southwestern corner?
Yeah, I've got the push outside. Follow the straight down towards the Karula curve, northeast along the Donga, and just go into the Donga.
Right over. Maybe further south. Down this way. But then it's not anywhere near quarantine. Somewhere. Not far from where Duna was the other day, which is on Bakers Road. Filaments dip more than the open area. Bushcross side. Just going to the drainage line. But yeah. Now we're heading way down south. A little steenbok. I'm heading south from the western edge of quarantine. Maybe I got too far south. Road, and then just keep going north there, and then you'll see Henry just in the bush down the bottom. There you go. Bob another round. Hi Lucas. Hello. We're good and you? Hopefully we're just going to signal. That's a major tree that. Where's the kill? Welcome back everyone. We're in a slightly awkward spot. Little one climbing that big jackalberry. Or trying to. I guess the kill might be up there somewhere. Not an easy tree. It's a real test of strength, that one. Skill more than strength, perhaps. Ah, there's the kill. And the little one's just got to now. Funny, actually I heard bushbuck barking last night. Karula's moving. Leanne was asking if we've seen Mishu lately and whether Karula would welcome them Well, we know Induna's been around, and Induna's been with her and the cubs. So is the father. I wouldn't say she'd welcome them. She'd probably hiss at them. Probably show a little bit of aggression towards them to keep them at bay. It's really impossible to tell what she will do or won't do until we see it happen. And it also depends on, in different days she will behave differently. Depends on how hungry she is, depends whether there's a kill or not, depends on a number of different factors. So it's really hard to say. When it comes to that kind of thing, an animal that has the power to think and act in different ways, it's not something that you can say for certain that there will be a particular type of behavior. But no, I wouldn't say she would welcome them. I think that you could be sure of. I know where she's off to. Quite amazing. We are sitting with a wild leopard and her cubs. They've got a kill up a tree. Quite incredible. Sorry? Yeah. That is amazing how high that kill is actually. And a very, very straight trunk too, a very tall straight trunk. It goes to show the power of a leopard. Capabilities. We go back a little bit to slightly higher ground, we might get a better view. Might not. Actually, which leopards are where on this video? This video actually is live. I got one of the cubs up the tree, and I'm not too sure who it is yet. Karula, the mother, moved towards the back of that big tree, and I think the other cub is off to our right in the grasses, but I'm not too sure. Let me move for Henry. Alright. Maybe we can get to see this other cub. Hopefully we can still get a signal. Texan, come in. Tex, is it you that's just arrived at the sighting? Who's the third vehicle here? Debbie, hello. Asking, do they usually take turns to eat? Yes, they do, Debbie. It's not so much that they take turns as much as it is they fight over a little. Whoever's on the kill keeps the others at bay. So it's not like it's an amicable arrangement. It's more a case of whoever's feeding growls and snarls and keeps the others away from it.
Continue making your way to the taxi. Yeah, I'm making my way there. I'm just turning onto Rebecca's road now. Okay, Karula, thank you.
Something moving at the back there is disturbing this little one. Oh, African hawk eagle flying above us. Lovely.
Just behind the tree.
Yeah. Can try and move.
Actually, there's a bit of a gap.
Sorry, say again? Okay.
Hello, Patty. I need to know how high up the tree that is. Patty, I'd say it's at least 20 something feet. It's quite high. It's quite high. Have you got a bit of a gap to that? Oh, yeah, no, this is little one. This is the little girl.
Yeah.
Little boy up the tree. Text coming. Mark here. Text, where are you? Okay, copy. Let me know when you're close by. That's quite a chunk of meat he's got. Tony, morning. Wanting to know if she ever gets hissy with the vehicles. She does, and she has. I've seen her get quite irritable with some of the vehicles sometimes. I can't say she's ever been hissy with me. Trying to get in her kill in the Cubs once. Actually hear him crunching through bone now. Even though it's quite far away. Gone. Still gone. Picture. Still gone. And gone again. And back again. Sit. Sydney wants to know how high the tree is, or how high the kill is in the tree. Itself. Let's move a little. I try and move a bit. It seems to be having signal problems again. Let's just try and get a better view of him on the kill. Good. Yes, no. Maybe. No, well, you should be good. Yeah. I'm just wondering about signal. Hello, pretty little girl. Still gone.
Oh, hyena's coming in.
Gone. The hyena's just arrived, so the little girl's actually sneaking off. She's going towards Leadwood. I mean a buffalo thorn. This is Mama Hyena. One of the mothers. That little girl has sneaked off into some of the longer grasses. She's just having a look. Karula is actually acting a little bit submissively. I think her son is probably growling at her. But she made it up the tree. Little girl has, very clever, sneaked off. And as long as the kill is up there and the other leopards are up in the tree there, the hyena is going to be in the base of this tree. Not even going to be looking for the little girl, I don't think. But little girl's now going into this buffalo thorn that I was looking at. She's not climbing up yet, but she's on a piece of it that's broken down. Must be beautiful. Actually, a beautiful photo if we can get that where she is. So that question, as that last question came in, there was a bit of activity. So I think it was Dawn asking if it's possible the little one won't get anything to eat. Not really. It might come to it that they might fight over it, but it's a bush that it seems to be still quite a bit of. There's a bit of meat in the neck and the head. He'll eat his full. What'll happen? What's likely to happen is she'll watch, and as soon as the little boy finishes off, makes a move to move away from the kill, she'll go up there. But now it's a little different because Karula's up there as well. Amber wants to know if lion can climb trees, and if not, why not? Little girl's coming. What are you doing, little girl? Amber lion do climb trees, not very well. Some climb. I mean, I've seen lion climbing pretty big trees. Look at that Karula. Isn't that incredible? Pardon? Yeah. But that is absolutely incredible. I mean, she is 25, 30 feet up. The tree itself has got to be a 50-foot tall tree. Magnificent jackalberry. Very small leaves. Little girl, where did you go now? She came out of that buffalo thorn. I don't know where hyena is. It was at the base of that tree. Man, I've seen lion up marula trees, high up in marula trees. I think it's an individual thing. If lion, as adults, they don't climb so much. Although I have seen adult females up a tree. But also their bulk. It's just their weight, their size. They just don't have the agility because they're so big and they're heavy. Debbie wants to know if leopards are bothered by ticks and fleas, and yes, Debbie, very much so, bothered by all sorts of internal and external parasites. And yes, tick infestation can be a problem, especially with leopard because they're solitary and they don't have other leopards to groom them. I mean, it's different with a leopard and her cubs, but a solitary leopard who doesn't have another leopard to groom them can get ticks on the back of the neck, back of the head, behind the ears. And an animal can lose condition to the point where its life can be in danger from an over-infestation of ticks. You see Karula's expression is not very pleasant. Her ears are back a little bit. She's looking.
Besser próxima carbono, a nome da droga, né?
Alex, it's Mark here.
Okay, Mark, what's the view like there?
A pretty good view of Karula, not too great a view of that youngster with the Nyama. And the young female was here, but she's moved into some long grass with there's some PC coming in.
Okay.
Are you here now, Tex? Texan? There with you? Okay, copy, thank you. Some play to get out of the way of the tsetse flies and there's not that many lion in this part of the world that I've noticed that are fond of climbing trees. They can when the trees are somewhat leaning over. Being pushed by an elephant or something. I wonder where that little girl. Why do leopards breathe so hard when digesting food? Probably because their stomachs are so full and that pushes on the diaphragm. And their tummies are so full, and yeah, there's this tree, you want to push it. Oh my word, the pink brigade. Hello. Da voi le cule. Let me go forward. Let me go forward. Man, let me move forward for text. You know what? I wonder. A little boy is hissing at her, and she's flattening her ears in submission, only because she respects that he's on the kill, and lessons that are needed to be learned here. He needs to know that he can eat in comfort, in peace. Let's see how good he is. He's fiddling with that carcass. If he drops it, he's going to lose it. I expect that they've all had some part of it. I expect that during the night each one of them has fed. Karula probably fed a little bit to begin with, and then went to fetch them. They were around our place. Yesterday they were at our camp, so I'm sure at some point they don't necessarily spend time with her while she's out hunting. In fact, more than likely not. She would have been out hunting, caught the bushbuck. Ah, there's the little girl there, hiding in the grass. Pardon? No. Just managed to move to find a little gap in the grasses here.
So uncomfortable with that.
Who? She does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can see her belly nicely from here that she's been feeding, and a lot of this bushback has been eaten, and it's way too much for just one or two of them. So I expect that all of them have fed, and this is a second sitting, if not maybe more. You see, she also won't really assert any dominance over him in trying to approach the carcass. He's on a little branch. There's nowhere really for him to go. I expect if she wanted to, she could intimidate him enough and take it away, but he needs to feed as much as she does. Ordinarily, she wouldn't be that close to him while he's feeding, and it's only because there's a hyena at the base of the tree that she is there. Lisa, I said Lisa. Wanting to know if she would come down out of the tree if the hyena attacked the other cub. No, I don't think so, Lisa. I think self-preservation would stay in the tree. It's very hard to say, you know. Very, very hard to say what she would do. Once again, it was one of these questions about behavior, and a question that doesn't really have a fixed answer, because would she put her life in danger and I think self-preservation would be far too strong an instinct, and she would probably stay up the tree. More important for her to still be alive and healthy to then raise the other cub. see he's trying to move that kill now. Look at him, he's getting... I heard that. Did you hear that? It sounded like Tara when she hisses at me in the kitchen. He's growling now. He's going to drop it. We'll see. In Duna at that age is very clumsy in the tree. He seems to be not doing too badly. Oh, the little girl's coming back into that buffalo thorn. Unbelievable. Oh, pushed it. Trees. Fix them. This is all practice, you know. What he's doing now, the carcass is considerably lighter because so much of it has been eaten, and him, I think he's getting bored. You know, he's not feeding as much. Maybe he's just trying to find a new place to on the carcass to feed, and in the process trying to move it and maneuver it into where he can feed on it better. But this is good learning for him. It's learning how to balance, learning how to maneuver in a tree with the likes of a carcass in his mouth, between his legs. He's going to drop, he's going to... that hyena must be drooling at the bottom of the tree now, looking up and watching this. Amy and Diana want to know how long before, when they finish this, will they need to hunt again. Once again, Amy does... Diane, hi. Tonight, it could be that she hunts again. Could be 2 days, 3 days. There's no regularity to it. There's no frequency that can be put down as a number. And it's because, first of all, leopard are opportunists. Second of all, they're not successful every time they go hunting, and she might miss a few times before she's successful again. Being opportunist, she might not have the... She might... warm. She might come across something that she can hunt. She could go a week even without being able to hunt again if circumstances had or conspired against her. So anyway, from a few hours to well over a week, 8-9 days. There's a beautiful shot of that little girl lying on that buffalo thorn log. Huh? Yeah, I know. I mean, if we could go over to, around to the other side of that buffalo thorn, it would be a nice shot. Might be an idea to actually go around there and just get a look at that before the end. Huh? No. Well, the car's in the way. But maybe before drive we can take a ride. just to the other side of that buffalo thorn and try and get a decent view of that. Laurie wants to know how much larger is a bushbuck in pounds than an impala. Pretty much the same, Laurie. It says it looks like a young bushbuck, in fact. So I'd say it's actually maybe a little bit lighter. I couldn't give you numbers, Laurie. Let me see. I don't know. Pounds. Numbers. Who would win? Gosh, who's that? Gene? Depends. Generally, I'd say the hyena would win. The leopard could also win too. It depends. Depends on the gone back, gone back. Hello, Monty. Wanting to know if there's a difference between the claws of a lion and a leopard. Well, only in size and perhaps shape and curvature and strength. I mean, a leopard's claws, leopards got much pound for pound. Obviously, a lot stronger. Their toes, the muscle to be able to haul prey up a tree. I mean, I can't imagine a lion being able to haul any more than its own weight, let alone a carcass as well. So that's very difficult for a lion to take something up a tree. And when you think about it, I mean, leopard can take twice. A leopard's, I'd say, is stronger curve, sharper claws, stronger muscle.